Okay guys, this video is not for YouTube. It's going to be for the wine club, the wine geeks we call them, from Villa Magnolia. That's where we live. And hopefully we're watching this on Andy's TV set. Maybe not, but that's what I'm planning on if I can get to YouTube. And we're sitting around, we'll watch this before we go into our wine tasting. You know, I'm in Austria right now. I'm in Europe. I'm in Austria, and I told you before I left, we're gonna do this one wine grape that you probably never heard of, but I've made you aware of, called Gruner Veltliner. Gruner Veltliner. You can call it just Gruner in California. Nobody will care, and we'll shorten it for you.
Groovy is what most people call it.
Groovy?
Groovy.
Okay. So another word you can use for it, which will make you sound even smarter maybe, is groovy. Because the insiders use that term. Right? Mm-hmm. All right. I've got, I've got my cameraman, my semi-famous cameraman I usually have. I go through a lot of them. But he's not one of the best, but he's pretty good. We'll see. Eric, you got me in focus? Number one, Eric. He's from Maine. That's a state up in the east.
I know where Maine is.
Yeah, Maine. yeah. And I think thank you for your service, Eric. He was in the Army in Germany. So he's over here like a tour guide almost, helping us on the road through Austria, Germany, and France. I did get a French hat, Eric, and I kind of like it. How do I look? But since we're talking about Austrian wines now, I won't wear the French hat. Okay, I'll wear it at home though. Okay. Anyway, right on. So Gruner Veltliner. We're in the Wachau Valley in Austria, where the Gruners are produced. They're produced in a couple different areas, but we're in the Wachau Valley. And there's three different Gruner levels. We'll keep it at that. And meaning, how much body they have, how much alcohol they have. The first one, kind of a table wine, you might call it, called a Wien Bertel, is the lightest of the three Gruners, and crisp light, a little fruity, I don't know, low alcohol, probably around 12%. And the second one is a Federspell. The Federspell is probably middle of the road, good wine, alcohol around 13%. And then the top of the line, if you might call it, it costs a little bit more. It might be aged a little longer, but it has a little more alcohol in it and a little more full bodied, kind of like Chardonnay. It's called Schmaragd. Schmaragd. Or Schmaragd. Either one, right?
Yeah.
Nobody cares. Nobody knows. Yeah. Remember our rule in the club: if you don't know the answer,
Lie.
you just make it up.
Yeah.
So you guys already know that, so we're good. Just go. Now, I've noticed Janet's not sitting down yet. She's always going back and forth. She's one of the ones that really doesn't pay attention during these things. But since it's her house we're in, I've got to put up with it. Andy, your husband, Andy, he's the sergeant of arms. He's the one. We're in this 50-50. Actually, 55-45. I'm 55. Yeah, right here. But anyway, Andy. And thinking there's Vanessa. Yeah, Vanessa's. That's my wife, Eric. She's not going to be really into this one because she doesn't really care for whites as much as reds, and she likes high alcohol. So the two reds we have, the Pinot and the what is that? what's the name of that red berry?
Zvangel?
Oh, it's a Weigelt. Basically, two reds they only produce here, and they're light, kind of lightweights. The Pinot, which you know, Pinot Noir, and Zweigelt. So Vanessa, sorry about that. Anyway, Carol, I sent a picture to Carol and Faye, sisters, and one was of a Magnum of wine, and the other was her normal bottle of wine. I said, you know, Carol's the Magnum, of course, Faye's a regular bottle, because Carol, she can put it away. And Carol, I know you like to drink wine with a straw sometimes. I know we're working through that, but so if you have the Magnum, I say put 2 straws together, and it'll go into the Magnum, and then she can, you know, sip it with her straw, because she pretty much puts ice in wine and drinks it out of straw and stuff like that. But we've almost had this group together a year, Eric, and a lot of their old habits are being broken. And Carol's got a lot of them. Yeah. Anyway, Irma and Rob are always here. They're the Chardonnay drinkers. They love it. And Irma, here's a little story, Eric. At the last potluck, okay, we have potlucks every month. So you bring a dish, you know, everybody brings a dish. And Rob was up getting appetizers, so I went out and sat down with Irma, and we're buddies. I said, Irma, what'd you bring to the potluck today? She says, oh, I brought a fruit salad. I said, oh, great, everybody loves fruit salad. And then she says, but it's mainly grapes in the fruit salad. That's okay. All right, well, we like grapes, you know, don't worry about it. Then she kind of stops and says, well, Rich, the grapes they're fermented, they're kind of fermented. And I said, well, she said, Rich, I bought wine to the potluck, okay? Get over it. I said, okay. That's Irma. It's cool, Irma. That's why you're in the wine group, you know, you like wine. Anyway, the 2 levels of Gruner that we have here. The first one is going to be the Feeder Spell, which is a little less alcohol, lighter, but really good. These Gruners, they're like the Chardonnay in California. There's hardly any Chardonnays here. They're all Gruner Veltliners. And then the other one, which may cost a little more money, a little more alcohol, maybe closer to a full medium body wine, is the Schmagard. Did I say that right? Schmarad. You can say it either way. And there we go. So those are the 2 wines. So Gruner Veltliner, a great white wine of Austria. Next we're going to Vienna. That'll be Gruner Veltliner. We came from France, which had Pinot Gris. Remember, we just did Pinot Gris last month. Anyway, good wines. We'll have Gruner Veltliner at the next wine function, and we'll see what you guys think. I guess cheers. We got anything else, Eric?
Like, share, subscribe.
Eric likes to do the share.
Like, share, subscribe.
Okay. That's where Eric's off base, because I'm not into monetary things here, Eric.
Like, share, subscribe.
Okay, he's done.
Like, share, subscribe.
Cut.